Honduran opposition will try and make this ground, this city, a fortress for a second consecutive night as FC Motagua play host to Mexican opposition, Los Tuzos de Pachuca. Last night, this ground played host to one of the shock results of the round so far as Olimpia beat Mexican side Atlas by 4-1. A bit of a warmer evening tonight. 84 degrees ahead of kickoff, and Motagua will try and look and make this stadium as difficult for their Mexican visitors as Olimpia did last night. You have a look at the bracket. The winner of this round will take on the winner of Tigres and Orlando City. That one 0-0 after the first leg at El Volcan on Tuesday night, heading back to Orlando next week. A real 50-50 in that one, with Orlando chance to return home and beat one of the strongest sides in this part of the world. As let's relive how last year's edition of the competition finished. So long, this competition has been dominated by Mexican clubs. Pumas trying to continue that tradition after a 0-0 in the first leg. Seattle just needed to win, and win they would on this day and break the long-standing curse of American clubs in the Champions League. It has been a long wait, a difficult wait. There, a huge save from Stefan Frei, the Seattle goalkeeper, in the early knockings, albeit there was a foul in the build-up, but Frei's quality there would portend. Here, the first goal, Raul Ruiz-Diaz, a deflection, and the game's first goal. The Peruvian has been such a strong signing after moving from Mexico to the Pacific Northwest, getting the game's first goal for Seattle Sounders. Pumas are trying to apply the pressure in the second half. Another big save from Frei in a big moment. But Seattle will continue to apply the pressure. Alex Roldan with the attempted curler. Alfredo Talavera up to making big saves of his own for the University side. Seattle will continue to press to try and find the winner, find the consolation. Lodeiro Ruiz-Diaz for 2-0. And those three players, that triumvirate of attackers, Morris, Lodeiro, Ruiz-Diaz, so instrumental of the success of the Seattle Sounders winning league championships. There, Jordan Morris, a save off the post, and Lodeiro there to turn home. And why not, in the final, ripping the shirt off and joining in the celebrations at Lumen Field. Seattle Sounders, so often a groundbreaker in American soccer. Groundbreakers once more, winning the Champions League in 2022. And now it's up to the clubs from Liga MX to, in their view, restore order to this part of the world. So often this competition and this region dominated by the giants of Mexican soccer. Pachuca among those that have won the Concacaf Champions League. As a matter of fact, the last time they were in the competition, they only went and won it all under Diego Alonso in 2017, beating Tigres in the final. They've won 5 Concacaf championships in the 9 tournaments that they've entered. 2 editions of the Champions League in 2010 and 2017, and 3 editions of the Concacaf Champions Cup in 2002, 2007, and 2008. They've entered 9 competitions and won 5 of them. And now, can they make it 6 from 10 in this year's edition of the Champions League? The reigning champions of Liga MX after winning the most recently played Apertura, currently sitting 4th in the Mexican League. Motagua, their hosts, struggling a bit, although coming off a derby win over Real España at the weekend, beating them by 3-0 away from home. Currently sitting 4th in their domestic league. Motagua and Pachuca will have starting lineups. The first half kickoff on the way.
Damas y caballeros, demos la bienvenida al Fútbol Club Motagua y Pachuca Fútbol Club para el partido de esta noche de la Liga de Campeones Concacaf Scotiabank.
playing of the Concacaf Champions League anthem before the start of this contest in Honduras. The teams will exchange handshakes. And referee Drew Fisher from Canada will lead the coin toss in mere moments. Let's bring you tonight's starting lineups. We'll start first with the home side from Motagua. Just the one change from the weekend in their 3-0 win away at Real España, with Christopher Melendez joining that back line in for Marcelo Pereira, who is unavailable for selection this evening. Melendez will play next to his brother Carlos in that back four. And there the Pachuca team. Their team photo, the managers exchanging handshakes, Nimrod Medina and Guillermo Almada, who is up for selection for the Mexican national team job, which in the end went to Diego Coca, the former Tigres and Atlas manager. As two captains exchanging handshakes. Both goalkeepers on the day, Jonathan Rougier and Oscar Ustari, are the captains. Drew Fisher, as I mentioned, the referee from Canada, in charge. Canadian in the VAR room as well, Pierre-Luc Lauzière, ready to make any needed decisions should any be required. We saw a couple last night here in this stadium, penalties awarded to either side in the game between Olimpia and Atlas. For Pachuca, also just making one change from the weekend, Marino Inestrosa is in for Daniel Hernandez. He'll play on the wing for Pachuca, the 20-year-old who makes just his second start for the club after arriving from Colombian football. Another big name to watch there, Eduardo Chofis Lopez, who his manager was talking up for the Mexican national team. He's never appeared for Mexico despite his considerable pedigree coming through at Chivas. Spent last year at San Jose Earthquakes in Major League Soccer before eventually moving back to Mexico, playing for Pachuca, which are arriving from Chivas de Guadalajara. About ready to go for this one. Motagua, who qualified for this tournament via the CONCACAF League, will take on Pachuca, who are already qualified for next year's edition of the tournament as the reigning champions of Mexico. A club with considerable pedigree in this competition comes further south into Central America as we're underway. Motagua playing host to Pachuca. And for Motagua, it has not been the best league season to date, but they do arrive in a good moment, having beaten their rival Real España at the weekend by 3-0. A side with plenty of Champions League experience, their 8th appearance in the Champions League and 19th overall in CONCACAF competitions. For Pachuca, a considerable pedigree in this competition. They've been in it 5 times. They've won it twice. They've been in CONCACAF competitions 9 times and won them 5 times. They won it last time they were in it 6 years ago under Diego Alonso in the Champions League in 2017. There's an early chance for Motagua to get forward down that left side. Jonathan Nunez with a high arcing cross will come through the air. Ustadi just a little bit of a palm away to help it on, and now Alvarez can get Pachuca moving forward. Early danger signs there from the home side. Sit 4th in the domestic league, 4 wins, 4 draws, and 3 losses. Well behind rivals Olimpia, who top the table. Now a chance for La Chofis to get forward. And Hurtado. Chofis had the idea to play the 1-2, but Hurtado had checked his run, and it will matriculate out for the goal kick. Is there that earlier involvement for Oscar Ustari? Just have European experience playing in Europe with Getafe and eventually Sunderland, who were then in the Premier League. But it's Rougier who will take the goal kick. Something of a goalkeeper battle at this club, Motagua. Manager Medina saying before the game that he would start. But Rougier and Marlon Licona on the bench. And embroiled in the battle for the #1 shirt. This Motagua side. Alvarez. One quirk in the shirt for Pachuca. Their team, you'll see where the player has a single-digit number, they'll put a 0 before it. So Kevin Alvarez wears 0-2. Goalkeeper Ustari wears 0-5, and Roberto de la Rosa up top as part of that center forward tandem, wearing 0-9. There is the Motagua manager, Medina. So it was great for his team to get a win at the weekend in such a big match against Real España. Talked about the good fortune of Honduran teams in the Champions League last night. That was only half the story, as Olimpia beat Atlas here by 4-1. One of the results of the round, but the other Honduran side in action last night, Real España, took an absolute hammering away at Vancouver Whitecaps by 5-0. Still one more game to come in the Champions League tonight, as LAFC will travel to Costa Rica to take on Alajuelense. Motagua recovered possession in the center of the park. Delegado. Trying to get forward there was Motagua down that right side. And Drew Fisher awarding a free kick. Marcelo Santos coming forward from, or rather, Gaspar Triverio drifting through the right side of that midfield. And earn his side a free kick. Is referee Fisher now just warning the Colombian Inestrosa to move back a bit. Looks like the player who won the free kick will now take a Triverio service into the area with plenty of pace. Well dealt with there by Oscar Murillo. And now could the counter be on here? Sliding challenge in to prevent Hurtado from getting forward there from Carlos Melendez. Does have 7 caps for the Honduran national team to his name. Mentioned the good result for Motagua at the weekend. Pachuca putting together one of their own away at the Azteca against America, one of the most difficult fixtures in the Mexican League calendar. It's a 3-0 win for Pachuca, getting 3 goals before the half-hour mark from Jesus Hernandez, Roberto de la Rosa, and Lachofis Lopez. As another free kick given, this time going the way of Los Tuzos. And the culprit there, Nunez. Hurtado. The experienced Colombian to the young Colombian on the other flank. This is Marino Inestrosa in his second ever start for Pachuca. Age 20. Mauricio Isais. Chofis popped up, a bit too much air on it. Finding Inestrosa. And now Isais, the culprit there. The young left back, 21 years of age, grew up in Texas and went back and forth between Mexico and the United States in terms of where he was living, and now has a decision to make about where he might play international football in the future. Mexico and the United States both fighting for his services. Had a great season for Pachuca in the Apertura when they won the league title. Could potentially draw some European attention before too long. Volleyed away from Murillo. Out for the throw. Achofis, or rather Triverio flicking on. Now there is Achofis there with the attempt to win it, but it's come the way of Motagua and Lucas Campana. We'll get the 1-2 there. Melendez, his attempted cross, taking a deflection to Murillo. Winning it cleanly. Oscar Murillo, the only player of this Pachuca squad still with the side. Won the Champions League in 2017, as that is a long distance effort there from Aviles Hurtado, and nowhere near it. There is the challenge in there from Murillo, who was part of that Champions League winning team in 2017 under Diego Alonso. He's been with the club ever since. I don't see that kind of longevity too often. He's played 242 games for the club since joining in 2016. Interesting balance of experience and youth. This Pachuca side. Guillermo Almada and this Pachuca club, so known for bringing through young players. In that Champions League winning team was Irving El Chucky Lozano. Of course, now playing for Napoli, the top side in Italy. Came through at this club, known for bringing through youth, as attempting to do with Inestrosa here. Saiz. Flicked on for Achofis, trying to track in the air there. De La Rosa, who's going to attempt it on the volley there, and ever troubling Rougier with that sort of purchase on the strike. And Roberto De La Rosa attempting to get into a good position there as they drift through the middle of the park there from Eric Sanchez this time. Really going anywhere, the number 10. But Ostuso's back with it. Here is Sanchez yet again. Hurtado. De La Rosa coming back to receive. Hurtado tried to poke it through, but put far too much on it. Trying to press the goalkeeper to atone for his error, but recovered by the Motagua captain and goalkeeper, Jonathan Rougier. His named goalkeeper of the year in Concacaf in 2018. His performances for Motagua. Now have possession of the ball. Ivan Lopez. Wesley Decas forward from his left back position. He's won a free kick. Progress impeded there on a couple of occasions. Lovely bit of skill there. A couple of players gone down, but referee Fisher unmoved as Saiz can come forward. Motagua player is unable to earn the sympathy of the referee. Another heavy challenge there. Chavez gone down, and there's a fairly meaty tackle in there from Eddie Hernandez. Tangle of legs there. Certainly be dangerous. Now a chance for Pachuca from a set piece. And it's taken short. Hurtado well found, but his ball through the area well overhit. Not a ton working for the 35-year-old Colombian. Playing off that right side. Been a dynamic playmaker in the league. Already has 4 assists to his name in this clausura. Second of 2 tournaments in a league year. Apertura and clausura. Running 2 champions in that period. Is getting forward here. Nunez, the cross in. Only a slight touch there on the back stick there from Alvarez. And the help there from Hurtado just to make sure. Pachuca have not been sensational from a defensive point of view in the league. Conceding 14 and 10. The sides of Mexico that have conceded the most goals, particularly amongst the sides in the top of the table. As it will be a corner to come here that Gustavo Cabral is forced into conceding there at the marking of Hernandez. Eddie Hernandez will look to be one of the targets for Motagua here. Corner taken short. Lopez. And the first time service there from Triverio. Takes a deflection. Now Lopez is trying to find a window, a pass, anything. Popped in towards Triverio, but dealt with there. Will deflect here. Cabral away. Chavez trying to carry forward. Nice defending there from Melendez on Inestrosa to win the ball back from Motagua. Now the Águilas looking to take flight. Triverio. See the pocket of space there that Delgado was trying to run into, but the pass unable to find him. Now Alvarez flying forward here. Is possession slightly favoring Los Tuzos in the early stages. Chavez. It's possessed from behind. Nice step though from Murillo. Isais has got to recover after temporarily losing his footing. Had a game here on this patch last night. Showing a few signs of wear, but still looks in decent shape. This pitch. As Motagua won it back. Best hit switch of play, but effective all the same. Lopez and Decas running in behind. Decas trying to find Hernandez in the middle, but rather easily read there by Luis Chavez. Well done by Isais to avoid giving away the ball on that position. Luis Chavez, a player with big price tag put on him, particularly after featuring in the World Cup, starting all 3 of Mexico's group stage matches, including scoring a goal in their 2-1 win over Saudi Arabia. The game that ultimately saw them knocked out of the competition. They needed 1 more goal, just couldn't get it. Nice skill there from Inestrosa. The pullback was read all the way there by Carlos Melendez. Booted out of play for a throw. Carlos and Christopher Melendez playing on that right side. A nice move there from Inestrosa to find the pocket of space. Here's Aviles Hurtado. He'll try the cross. There's nobody there. Funnily enough, he hit the ball towards a position that he might have occupied had he not come across to the other side. See a little bit of frustration there from Guillermo Almada. Only moved to managing in this part of the world that long managed in South America. Most recently at the Ecuadorian Barcelona before moving to Santos Laguna in 2019. Put together some very good seasons there. Finally winning a league title as a manager in Mexico with Pachuca in the most recent tournament gone by. These are the defending champions of Mexico. Albeit, it's not the reason they're here. They qualified for this Champions League as runners-up of the most recently played Clausura that finished in 2022, eventually losing to Atlas in the final. But having won the most recently played Apertura, they are qualified into next year's Champions League, which is going to be reformatted. 2 stages of the tournament. A few more teams coming in from North America. The introduction of Leagues Cup. A new tournament that features all 47 teams in MLS in the US and Liga MX in Mexico. Pachuca, one of the teams that earns a bye in that competition by virtue of winning the league title in Apertura. LAFC, the other, as champions of Major League Soccer. As Melendez coming forward. The cross will come into the back post, and it's a free header from Lucas Campana, but he hit it right at Ustari. It's a straightforward save, but the marking a bit suspect. Decas. Swept clear there by Marcelo Santos with authority, but almost too much as it came from Murillo. Now Alvarez trying to head it back to his goalkeeper. Ustari came in with one remit, ended up with another as we have a look at the chance there. And the header there from Lucas Campana. But on the subject of Ustari, he was brought in under Paulo Pezzolano, trying to implement a style of play. And goalkeepers can often be a part of that, but has stuck around and adapted under Almada and won himself a Mexican League title in the process. Hurtado spots Kevin Alvarez making the run. A decent cross in towards Inestrosa. Didn't have the right jump to get there. Have an awkward collision between he and Christopher Melendez. Come off him last, and it will be a corner here to Pachuca. See just a bit of an awkward landing there from the both of them, to be fair. But Melendez in a bit more danger. He was landing over him. Now Alvarez from the short corner, trying to take the strike on and forcing a save there out of Rougier. Thought maybe he could have claimed, but instead parries, and Motagua clear lines. He's trying to have a crack. The Pachuca right back. Here's Chavez. And Inestrosa. Pachuca keeping measured control of this match. Chofi's coming back to help with the build-up. Chavez recognized that De La Rosa was making that run in behind and try to play it through. Rather easily intercepted. As there the strike from Alvarez. Looked like Rougier didn't even try to handle that one. Campana. And the first time cross delivered in Ustari this time. Always had that red in the air. Hernandez trying to provide the looming threat in the air. From fellow Honduran Champions League club Olimpia ahead of the Apertura. Now applying it straight from Motagua, tries to strike from distance there. Always gone wide from Hernandez. The win in midfield leading to the chance. bit more of a packed house last night for the Olimpia match. A straightforward night of travel for the Motagua supporters. Not their usual home stadium. It's nodded away for the throw. Fans in attendance, making a noise. Decas. I get a window to get the cross away, and it's low. Dealt with there. Shouts for handball. Didn't see a ton in that, but now a chance here for Pachuca to break. It's lofted towards De La Rosa, but a straightforward claim. I think the Motagua players saying just calm it down. The referee would stop play if there's any VAR intervention required. And again, the referee signaling play on. Manager Medina shouting towards the fourth official, and now decision to be made here is Sanchez was cleared out there. I think they're arguing on behalf of the yellow card. And that's that left hand down. Is that what allows him to play the ball? I think Chavez there was fouled out of his shin pad there. I think Chavez there pointing to where the challenge went in. Another look at that tackle. Yeah, those studs raking down the calf there from Delgado. Only enough to clip the shin guard out of its sock. And the referee, after a lengthy delay, wants this one restarted. Hernandez now and Campana. Players having to be separated after a significant delay. And Drew Fisher, one of the top officials in Major League Soccer, struggling to get this one going again. As the two sets of players continue to argue their respective cases. Bit of aggro after that challenge in on Eric Sanchez. Play on now through Chavez. And Isais barreled through there. We play on. Melendez. Under some pressure. Looks to get rid, and delicately taken down there by Lopez. Nice step though from Cabral to win it back. Marino Inestrosa. Hurtado well found. Looking for the next option. Alvarez. Helped on here. Chavez from a long way out. Take a nick on the way through. Believe it did. And it will indeed be a Pachuca corner. Strong step there from Carlos Melendez. See if Motagua can handle another set piece to come from the corner. Again short. Again returned towards Hurtado. Not come off, but enough work there from Hurtado to win it back. And this time given away, and now Motagua have numbers flying forward. Ivan Lopez with the impetus. Had a runner to his right, just could not find Jonathan Nunez, who made the run forward. It looked like he had a window to go in on goal, but it's not the right angle on the ball. Riverio, the early service in there from Nunez once more. Dealt with by Los Tuzos. Motagua will have to reset after it looked like they had a promising counter-attack. Nunez dispossessed there by Isais. Simple one-touch passing to work out of the brief trouble. Sanchez for Hurtado. Alvarez, who certainly loves a run forward. Hurtado again. La Chofis. Cutting inside of Decas. Well found is Alvarez. Trying to find the window to put the cross in. I'm going to say goal kick. The ball was tackled onto the boot of the right back, Alvarez, who was deep in the area. Just went against him there. Was onside. Well spotted there by the referee. Ball booted clear there by Brugier. De La Rosa applying the pressure there, forcing the concession of a throw there from Marcelo Santos. He's been part of 3 title-winning sides with this club. Lopez. Murillo. Alvarez. Lopez drawing the attention of a couple, and then 3 going to ground but playing on. Such a good technician with the ball. It's been about the end product for him to take the next step. Alvarez. See the narrow deployment of the attackers. And Lopez lost his footing there as that attack, the latest to fizzle out. On there from Lopez, and Hernandez can settle. Again dealt with as a throw conceded. We've had 6 of the 8 matches completed in this first leg of the round of 16. The Champions League. Delgado. Melendez. Juan Delgado trying to pull the strings here in the center of the park. Dealt with there by Cabral. Experienced defense. The 37 years of Cabral and the 34 of Murillo, anchoring the center back partnership. Hurtado. Plenty of running left there for Alvarez. Has to get inside there of Decas. The 1-2 played. Alvarez volleyed through. Flicked on. Didn't quite make its way to Inestrosa before Melendez could deal with it. And Triverio with decent skill to get going forward. Backtracking there was Campana, and enough to keep going. Throw-in awarded. As Nunez got down there, he felt like he was caught. Referee stood right there, just giving the throw. Just a strong challenge in there from Sanchez. Referee didn't see anything in it. Space here is Ivan Lopez on this left side. Clip through the area. And a chance here for Nunez, who has a wild swing at it. He had a couple of options to his right to continue the move. He elected to keep the pressure on with the hit, and the 21-year-old will certainly have better decisions made over the course of his career. Boot left in there on Isais. You can hear it there in our pit side microphones. That one caught him there. Triverio on that right side, the culprit. Motagua look like they're settled in their 4-4-2 shape with Hernandez and Campana up top. Lopez on the left, Delgado and Nunez in the middle, Triverio on the right. Here's Murillo. Too many clear sights of goals so far. Nice skill there from Inestrosa. Hurtado. Trying to get the angle there on Decas, but it's a nice chop. Alvarez just trying to send it through the area. Bit of a tame effort. Motagua have dealt with the danger. Have to get away from this one with a clean sheet. Put the pressure on. The away goals tiebreaker in effect. Melendez doing enough to keep it. Delgado. Hernandez trying to use his significant height to help it on, but it's Murillo's defensive header that aids their opponents. Melendez coming through, sliding challenge in, and the referee's going to award a free kick as Melendez went down under the challenge of Luis Chavez. And the referee surprised at the protests from Pachuca here. Yeah, just a challenge in from behind there. A couple of snapping in challenges there. And now manager Minro Medina just having a couple of conversations about what to do this free kick. Almada frustrated with the decision, but certainly was that contact there on Melendez, who has stayed down, getting the cooling spray applied to his neck. Some shots from this one so far. Bit cagey. Sometimes first legs can be. 10 minutes left in this first half. A result that will probably suit Motagua, particularly the lack of chances created by their opponents from Mexico. Now Melendez will temporarily come off, and Ustari will start to establish his wall. Both sides will go Thursday, Sunday in league play. Just a couple of days off in between matches. Motagua, only 7 subs available tonight. Pachuca have their full allotment of 12 available should they be required. Gaspar Triverio, who impressed at the weekend against Real España, fancies this one. Here's Triverio trying to go over and down, but hit the wall. Man has stayed down behind the play. And now the referee will indeed stop play as Alvarez took one to be in his head area. He's slow to get up. Have to be careful, particularly with the emphasis on the treatment of concussions. Yeah, it was right off his forehead. It's just the short distance there that causes the problem. After a quick check, it looks like he'll temporarily come off and then come back on. Have a drop ball here for Pachuca. Not the finest performance from his side that are so potent going forward. Average more than 2 goals a game in league play. Joint best scoring record in the Mexican League. Pachuca with 21 from 10. Not been firing tonight. Murillo. Isais. Hurtado trying to play the 1-2 there with Alvarez. Felt like he was caught there by Lopez, but we play on. Triverio. Decas. Nice challenge in there from Aviles Hurtado and trying to win it back there. Decas committing the foul. Physical contest there. Hurtado certainly cannot be faulted for his work on the defensive side of things. Flicked on there by Nunez. Cabral. He's trying to get Pachuca going. You have to give credit to Motagua for their shape. Just don't allow too many easy passes for Pachuca to go from back to front. Haven't really been able to arrest full control of this one. There's the foul from Nunez on Luis Chavez. Does have some Champions League experience when los Cholos de Tijuana made it from Mexico back in 2018. He's a younger player then. Back on it here. Gonna go outside of the boot towards Alvarez, but not find him cleanly. And now Decas on it here for Motagua. Managed the occasion well. Hernandez. And Inestrosa. See the talent in the Colombian. Has to turn it into end products. It's always the most difficult part. Chavez. De La Rosa in a wide position. He's trying to get involved. I mean, La Chofis have been largely kept out of this encounter. And again, unable to be found as Motagua have won it back and they've won a throw. Nice work there from Delgado. Won 2 league titles with 2 different clubs, one with Motagua and the other with Honduras Progreso. So far, just the 1 win from Mexican clubs so far in the Champions League. Tigres 0-0 at home with Orlando. León were winners away in Panama, away at Tauro. And last night, Atlas came to this stadium and took a hammering from Olimpia by 4-1. Pachuca certainly more in control, but not really very threatening. Nicely handled there in the middle by Eric Sanchez. The target of that pass there, a strong challenge in there, and Sanchez has gone down yet again. And finally, we will see a booking in this match. Marcelo Santos came flying through, got a healthy chunk there of Sanchez, and referee Drew Fisher takes a name for the first time this evening. Just a heavy coming together, more in the upper body. And a free kick to come. Not a ton created from set pieces as yet tonight from Pachuca. This time Chavez will swing it in, high arcing, and again, it's not the right ball. Overhit. Another situation results without much harm to their opposition. Chofis. 2 minutes remaining in this first half, and we remain scoreless. Nice nutmeg there. Gets the crowd going that little bit there, Delgado. Now Decas. And on the wave of momentum here. Lopez. Decas. But not much to be created from that opportunity. Now Sanchez, nice ball in behind. De La Rosa is in. De La Rosa forcing the save there. Chofis trying to go overhead kick. Comforting Estrosa. And his volley crashing into Melendez there. See how far Rougier is outside of his area to try and prevent the corner, but a couple of decent chances here. They're a difficult angle. Chofis going for the near impossible on Estrosa. Kept out there. Crashed off the back of the defender. By far, though, the best moment of the match, though, for Pachuca. They get one before the break. The header is on for Murillo towards the back post. Only diminutive La Chofis in the back post, and Pachuca able to get rid, or rather Motagua able to get rid. High arcing this ball, but Cabral couldn't take it down for Los Tuzos. And now Hernandez trying to work the 1-2. Lopez at full pelt to get there. Let's get the initial touch. It's left back for Decas. And again, the left back, the intended target. Just a poor pass there in towards Lopez. And now Decas out of position. Pachuca trying to take advantage. Bent in behind towards De La Rosa, but good strength there from Melendez just to hold off the run. Is see there a minimum of 2 minutes to be awarded at the end of this first half of stoppage time, as Campana finds himself in a good position. Only a couple of targets. Drifting through the area. Looking for his next option. Not a ton obvious to him at the moment for Lucas Campana. Draws 2 by the corner flag, but Triverio able to play it. And his snatch cross, he felt like it was a corner. The assistant on the far side disagreeing. A couple of nutmegs here. There, Ole from Delgado with the pressing Javier Lopez onto him. Techers from the Motagua side in this first half. Yet produced a ton in terms of goal-scoring chances at this moment. Triverio. Get forward, but probably running through a few too many players. Isais getting enough on it. Now can step forward here for Pachuca. And there is the halftime whistle. A late flurry from Pachuca, but the home side Motagua have largely been able to limit their Mexican opposition. And at halftime, we remain scoreless as it's Motagua 0, Pachuca 0.
0, Pachuca Fútbol Club 0. Scotiabank es patrocinador orgulloso de la Liga de Campeones de Concacaf 2023. Para conocer más.
The second 45 minutes in this Concacaf Champions League round of 16. First leg, 0-0 after the opening 45 minutes. Motagua, the home side. Pachuca, the visitors from Mexico. As we're live from the Olympic Stadium in San Pedro Sula in Honduras. As we're underway with the second 45 minutes. Motagua in the dark blue. Pachuca in their chain strip, the white with the light blue. Very intricate pattern on the back of the shirt as well. Get a close-up of those shirts. They are among the best, certainly in this part of the world, and an incredible design as Pachuca going long from the back. And it's just belted away for a throw. Not a ton of goal-scoring chances to speak of in those opening 45. KG first 45, though, seen in a few of these Champions League ties, had a few 0-0s. Alianza in Philadelphia, Tigres in Orlando. 0-0 after 45 in Panama last night between Tauro and León before León eventually got the winner. There's a heavy challenge coming in there on the right side, but cleanly won by Melendez away for a throw off of Inestrosa. In Vancouver, and here last night, we really have some fireworks, particularly in the first halves of games. Vancouver winning 5-0 at home to Real España during opposition, and Olimpia winning 4-1 at home against Mexican opposition in Atlas. As Ustari trying to play it forward, playing the role of sweeper-keeper, but gonna hear Motagua. Triverio temporarily slowed down. He does get it back here. Nice challenge in. He goes down and smacks the turf, trying to appeal for the decision off of Drew Fisher, who is unmoved. There's the challenge in from Gustavo Cabral. Here's Lopez. Bend it in towards Delgado, who makes the run from midfield. Spotted Lopez making the run to the channel, but couldn't quite squeeze it through. Chofis shoved off it. Referee unmoved yet again, allowing play to continue this game to flow. Campana. And Triverio, the high arcing ball in. Ustari came off his line. It was not the most convincing. Try and get it off of Hernandez, but about dealing with it there. Chofis in behind is Inestrosa. He's onside. Inestrosa getting the finish wrong in the vital moment. De La Rosa wanted it squared, but Inestrosa could have put it away himself. He just got it wrong. The initial shove on La Chofis, a couple of half chances down this end, but what a ball that was in behind from Chofis Lopez. And here was that ball in behind. Perfectly timed run, great ball into space. And De La Rosa certainly has a point. You just slide it across, that little bit of pace, and it's an easy tap in there for De La Rosa, as it is. A glorious chance for 1-0. One that Inestrosa might rue. Mentioned his relative lack of first team, particularly starting experience. He's played in 26 games for Pachuca, only one from the start. Here he is yet again. As well to get beyond the defender this time. The clipped-in cross is headed away. Already a far brighter start, particularly down this left side, as Chavez couldn't get there. Marino Inestrosa. Be thinking about that one if they don't go on to win this match. Yet to score for Pachuca. And a golden opportunity there. Motagua supporters that made the trip here to the National Stadium in full voice. Decas. Losing out. De La Rosa will try and get there, but Preciado. Now Triverio, basically having it presented right to him into Hernandez. Eddie Hernandez trying to continue his run. Nice ball. Triverio is in. Triverio! He too getting the finish wrong. What a chance for the home side to open the scoring. We've had a pair of brilliant opportunities, none of which have been capitalized on. That's a bad miss. Just scuffs it. And always going wide there. And after hardly any openings to be found in the first half, 2 one-on-one chances, one for either side, neither taken advantage of. We hope that's the kind of entertainment we'll have in this second half. Melendez couldn't keep it. Almada trying to get play restarted quickly. Roberto De La Rosa. Luis Chavez. Isais getting forward. Isais having a crack, and he's forced to save there out of Ruger. Well struck there by the left back. It was in the middle of the goal, but he caught it cleanly, forcing the Motagua keeper to work. It just dipped under the bar there. Didn't really see any options, and why not have a crack? Cross swung in. Could fall kindly here for Hurtado. Just left it there for Chofis. It was actually Murillo. Beg your pardon. Just a bit heavy of a touch there. Not really a ton that Chofis Lopez could do with that. Frustration in the defensive ranks of Motagua. Far more captivating 6 minutes of play than anything we saw in the first half from these two. How will the two sides handle this particularly with away goals still in effect. Used to watching the UEFA Champions League, that no longer a consideration, but in Concacaf, that still very much is. For Pachuca, could be worth its weight in gold. Pull to the ground there. There's Alvarez who'd come forward from right back and grabbing towards his left arm. Two arms rounded as well from Ivan Lopez. Alvarez is back on his feet and trying to push Pachuca forward. Aviles Hurtado cutting inside. Hurtado trying to strike and just didn't catch it cleanly. Straightforward work for the Motagua keeper, Rugier. Tries to get Motagua going quickly. Found Hernandez well, who tried to head it on. Motagua trying to go direct, but Campana wasn't there to win that second ball. Now big space through the middle. Alvarez. Strong challenge on there by Decas. As well by Isais. Inestrosa, who had the big chance for the away side. Triverio for Motagua just a few minutes later. Inestrosa, strong challenge in there from Melendez. There's work to do now to get away from the trouble. Hernandez in behind. And Campana still. Campana could go all the way. Campana! Just sliced across it. Worked in and around so many defenders. Just couldn't catch it cleanly at the final moment. One, two, and a second. Could do nothing about it there. Campana had the sighted goal, but had to catch it perfectly and find the top corner. Still some encouragement for this Motagua side who've gotten their fans behind them. Certainly in fuller voice than we've heard it previous moments. Murillo forcing the concession of a throw. 10 minutes gone in the second half. We do appear on the brink of a goal scored. Lopez. And a throw-in one there by Marino Inestrosa. Four players in the side, 23 or younger for Pachuca. Two in the side for Motagua, including 21-year-old Jonathan Nunez in the middle of the park. Gone down there, Inestrosa. Referee allowing play to continue. Don't put whistle to lips too often. Lopez was going a full 360 there and finding Decas. As the overlapping option into the area, the pullback is cut out there. And also off of Delgado as well, who made the lung-busting run through the box, but couldn't find the right ball, and it came off him last. Goal kick for Ustari. Some remonstrations towards his defenders. Flicked on. Again, Decas. Nice skill here, flying forward down that left. Heavy touch, trying to force the right back Alvarez into the mistake. Here's a throw. Delgado. Nice first touch there from Triverio. The 1-2. Clipping behind. Couldn't quite find Campana. There's decent work, though, between those two. And now De La Rosa could be in here. Jofis Lopez joining him in the attack. De La Rosa losing his footing. Hurtado. Lopez couldn't control it on the edge of the area. Clear there. Now Motagua to go the other way. Lopez made the run, and it's a bit surprised that it came to him as Alvarez couldn't control it. Delgado picking up the pieces. Campana. Didn't want to play in Delgado, who might have been offside. Lopez the first time cross. Hernandez wins the header and forces the save down to his left from Ustari. Didn't look like he can get enough power in the header given the flight of the ball, but forcing the Pachuca keeper into a decent save there. It's away for a corner. Hernandez, who has 7 international goals for Honduras, is now a pair of substitutes coming on. La Chofis will make way. Luis Calzadilla and Antonio Figueroa will come on. It also looks like the Colombian Inestrosa will make way. He will indeed. So his race run after an hour. So the 2 substitution windows available for Pachuca. Away there from Sanchez. Hurtado trying to get it to the substitute Calzadilla, who will play in that similar number 10 position. Coming back the other way. Delgado again trying to get that service through the area. Just couldn't quite find its intended target. Might have been looking to hit Pachuca defender on the way in. Here again, the header from Hernandez. Comes off the back of his head, and Ustari does well to leap and get there. Isais. Throwing to come. Well, that's a high boot in there from Nunez, and he's going to get a yellow card here as he caught Chavez high. Naive there from 21-year-old trying to win it. Well, he just kicks him in the face. That's not even overselling of the contact. That's poor there from Nunez. Might be fortunate to get away with the yellow, and just a yellow there. As Chavez has stayed down, certainly with every right to. And there the yellow card for the young midfield player as Chavez is back to his feet. Indication that this won't be referred by VAR. Here, a look at the big chance for Motagua. Triverio, a long distance hit there from Isais. Forcing a good save there out of Lugier. It's just the yellow here, so a pair of Motagua players on bookings. Santos and Nunez. Either player can win the header there. The offside flag is up there against Eric Sanchez. There's the substitute Figueroa taking a position on that right side where he and Hurtado switch flanks. You're taking no chances, just sending long. Be a second ball one there for Triverio. Puts in the challenge. Pachuca with it, trying to find Calzadilla in behind. Both sides dialing up the press a bit here, forcing their opposition into mistakes. Throw in to come for Los Tuzos. We return to action on Sunday night with a difficult fixture as well. Home with Monterrey, the Corregidora. Bigger pardon, at the Estadio Hidalgo. As coming forward here, the cross comes in. Just an easy claim there for Rougier. Monterrey off to such a good start. Liga MX play, 25 points from 10, 8 wins, a draw, and a loss. They'll visit Pachuca at the weekend, 1 versus 4. But it's a mammoth encounter in the second half of the Liga MX Clausura campaign. 7 match days left before they go into Liguilla. Nice run here by Hurtado. Uses pace to get further still into the area. Tries to get the low cross through. Boot through it from Melendez to get rid. And now Lopez, beneficiary of a nice bounce, but he's presented it right to Chavez. And now Pachuca can go again. Alvarez. Calzadilla. Cabral and Figueroa clip it into the area. Nobody there. Service from wide areas just lacking really from both sides. Able to get those crosses measured correctly. Calzadilla trying to use those fresh legs. Figueroa recovering. Got options either side. Figueroa will continue to try and cut inside. Slide it neatly there. Gone down in the area goes Eric Sanchez. And the Motagua players not having the attempt to try and deceive the referee. As Sanchez has stayed down. Strong protest there from Santos. There's not a ton in that, to be fair. But Sanchez has remained down. Trying to show the referee where that challenge went in. And Eric Sanchez will very slowly work his way back up to his feet, and referee pointed to his earpiece, but I don't think it was for a VAR referral from Pierre-Luc Lozier in the VAR room tonight. As the ensuing throw in rather easily dealt with there by Rougier. Second leg to be played next Thursday back in Mexico at the Hidalgo. play again on a Thursday night. There's a couple of changes coming here for the home side now. Nunez will come off having picked up the yellow. Hector Castellanos will enter, as will Carlos Mejia. And exiting is Eddie Hernandez. So forward for forward, midfielder for midfielder. Mejia will join the ranks up top. See if he can provide the influential difference here for Motagua. First changes for Nindro de Medina. Triverio. You hear the contact there between Melendez and Chavez, but referee allows play to continue. Now Hurtado. Step overs showing the skill. Will press to win it back. Does press to win it back. Hurtado in plenty of space there on the far side. Figueroa. His cross. 3 to aim for. The heads go up, but nothing won cleanly there by Pachuca, and a free kick given away in the process. Now more substitutions. Reinforcements coming. De La Rosa will come off, and Ilian Hernandez will come on, as will Cristian Arango, the big money signing from LAFC. And Hurtado will make way for him. Chicho Arango is a key figure in LAFC, winning both the Supporters Shield and MLS Cup for Los Angeles Football Club. Through it all, was linked with moves away. Does eventually get the move that he wanted to Pachuca. Set to establish himself, though, as the regular starting striker and perhaps bolster his case here in the Champions League. Colombian will come on. Go straight up top. Header away there from Alvarez. Now Decas over the throw. Clear there from Alvarez. And now a chance for Pachuca to break in. Arango is dashing him behind. His first touch letting him down, and couldn't control it on the ball in behind from Hernandez. Figueroa and Calzadilla. Arango. Out to that right side, but his touch letting him down, puts the challenge in and gives the free kick away. The best first touches for Chicho Arango. Cabral, not the most convincing defensive clearance. They couldn't find Triverio on the right side. He is on it here, though. I think he ran it out of play himself. As Almada continues to voice his frustrations towards his team, the reigning champions of Mexico. Already qualified for next year's Champions League. Won the competition the last time they were in it back in 2017. Streaming forward here. Chavez. Isais. The early cross in. Arango just trying to get a boot to it. He came off back heel and skying away. Out for the goal kick. On the surface, into the penalty area. Got two big chances in this one for either team. Triverio couldn't finish his for Motagua. Inestrosa couldn't finish his for Pachuca. Motagua, who are here after reaching the semifinals of the Concacaf League. Competition below the Champions League, but top 4 finishers in that competition do make it into the Champions League. Strong shove there in towards Figueroa. Free kick given. And the arm up high there as well from Wesley Decas. We'll have to be careful. Isais. He's 21 years of age. Very good performance. Chavez, and now the strike. Hit with real venom there from Ilian Hernandez. The 22-year-old just couldn't keep it down. You can see the fresh legs of these attackers finding more and more chances. It's the weary Motagua defense, but none too clear as yet. None really threatening Jonathan Urgiet. And the Motagua goal. As Murillo tries to send it down the line. Champions League winner, Oscar Murillo. There's another change coming on here. Gaspar Triverio will exit. Coming on is Walter Martinez. Triverio, who had the best chance of the match for Motagua, will have to go to the bench and think about his missed opportunity at Champions League glory. Clear there from Melendez. The quarter of an hour left to play, plus stoppage time. Is there a big chance left? There's a shove in there, in towards Luis Chavez. It's away a free kick. Indication that they'll try and play it into the area. Left Chavez with a shortage of options. We'll try and loft it into the box. There's nobody there. And Ruggiero can just take the sting out of this one yet again and go long yet again. Motagua from Honduras. Pachuca from Mexico. I always had the best time of it. Clubs that come to this part of the world. As evidenced last night when Atlas went down to Olimpia by 4-1. Throw in to come for Pachuca. Certainly put themselves in a position of peril if they can't get a goal here. Motagua get 1. Hidalgo, then Pachuca will have to get 2. Arango. That's flicked on header. Step forward. Results in yet another throw. Chavez's flick forward, given away. Come all the way to Estadio. Still one more Champions League game to come later on tonight. LAFC away at Alajuelense. Peek at the atmosphere. Should be a really good crowd in Costa Rica for that affair. Figueroa, nice ball in behind. Arango the strike. And forcing Rouget into a decent save. Nice pass from Figueroa. And Arango testing the Motagua keeper. Who's up to the challenge. Caught it well, but with the angle, it's always going to be difficult to beat him at his near post. Swung into the area. Will come through, falling over it. Murillo, chance still on. Motagua get rid. Lopez now to try and keep it. At the very least win a free kick, which he's done, to avoid another wave of attacks. Header won there by Melendez. Plays it again in behind. Here's the substitute Martinez, who's fouled there. You know what? Free kick in a promising position here. It looks like we'll have a couple more substitutions. That's a heavy challenge from behind there from Arango. And indeed, Juan Carlos Obregón and Roberto Moreira are the players who come on. Moreira, a Paraguayan, will enter. Lopez will come off. Does look like it's Campana who will be on change off for Motagua. Here's Mejia over the free kick. Swung into the area, headed away there from Murillo. This will be a second chance at it via the substitute Martinez. Gets to the byline, his cross takes a deflection. And Isais can pick up the pieces and clear lines for Pachuca. Forward there was Hernandez, he just couldn't control it. Going down on the near side there was Martinez. Almada was standing right there, and the Pachuca manager disagrees with the decision. The pitch showing a few signs of wear after matches on and on back-to-back nights. Mejia fancies it again. He'll swing it in again. Header won there by Cabral. Pachuca, though, unable to emerge with it. Mejia again. Finding Castellanos, his service into the penalty area. Received there by Obregón. Cross coming in from Decas, back post. Martinez taking down, trying to send through the area. Good there from Calzadilla. Motagua applying the late stage pressure here. A 1-0 would be a tremendous result. on this Honduran side. Crowd sensing that a possibility could be on here. Melendez with the throw in. Header through. Nobody there in blue. Try and create the chance. More work here for Hernandez, who does well to start the break and find Figueroa in space. Here's Antonio Figueroa. Afforded some space. You can tell he wants to find the window to shoot. That effort taking a deflection. All the way back to Ustari. Long yet again. Hernandez with a nice bit of center forward play to find Figueroa on this right side. Continue to drift through. He's gone down. Referee has no interest in awarding him a penalty. Now Delgado, only the front six who started the game that is still on. Martinez doing well to keep it around all the pressure. Saiz calmly receiving there. And the ball long from Melendez. The final throw of the dice for Guillermo Almada coming soon as Israel Luna will come on. 20-year-old will be given his chance in this big moment. Now a throw in to come here for Pachuca. First, though, the confirmation of the change, and it will be Eric Sanchez who will make way. So all 5 substitutes used by both teams. Quite a few younger players on for Pachuca as part of that wave of substitutions. 4 players, 23 or younger, the youngest of which is Luna at age 20. Figueroa. Fisher. And the ball go beyond him. Luna. Chavez's ball cut out. Alvarez. And a director run beyond him. Pachuca deliberately keeping possession now. It's worked its way onto this near side, and Calzadilla. More passes. Working from side to side. Figueroa now in space in a wide area on the opposite side of the pitch. Figueroa trying to get the best of Decas. The cross is in. The header is flicked on, comes off the shoulder of Arango there. It was just going the wrong way. A little more than 3 minutes remaining. Challenge in there. Saiz trying to win it back, but commits the foul there on the substitute Moreira. Free kick sent long. There's still a big chance in it here for Motagua. The substitutes will have to produce it. Offside flag is up against Obregon. And it was off there from the flicked on header from Moreira. And their best save of the match from Ustari. Diving to his left to deny Eddie Hernandez. Been best night from Guillermo Almada's side. 0-0, not too bad going back home. They'll expect to win in the comfortable surrounds of the Hidalgo. There's a free kick given now to Motagua. Obregon shove in the back there from Oscar Murillo. 34-year-old, the culprit there. Gier sending it long once again. Taken down by Castellanos. Now getting forward here, Mejia. Got a good left foot on him. Can he get into a crossing position? He's shoved over. And a free kick to come from a good crossing area here. Mejia signaling that he'll be okay, but there's a nasty fall, and now medical staff will indeed come on to treat. As Alvarez got beat and put the shove in. It's a bit of an awkward fall there for Mejia. Perhaps some nerves setting in now. Don't want to concede at this point. Some pressure could really come the way of Pachuca if Motagua can steal a late goal. All of a sudden you look at needing 2 or 3 when you go home. Was in a position of peril without the away goal. As Mejia has eventually come back to his feet. He's taking set pieces earlier in the second half, so have to come from somewhere else. As we reach the conclusion of the 90, see how much stoppage time will be added. A minimum of 6 minutes at the end of this second half at the Estadio Olímpico Metropolitano in San Pedro Sula, Honduras. In the final knockings, the ball whipped in. Dealt with well there by Pachuca. It's hit with real pace. As it's headed across on the volley, just a wild effort at it from Martinez on sailing into the night sky. And that ball whipped in towards that near post. Well handled there by Hernandez, who is back dealing with the set piece from his center forward position. Now Estadio taking his time over the goal kick. Go long. Arango wins the header. Have to win 2. Let's come here for Alvarez. Well to work out of the trouble. Find Luna. Checking both shoulders and presenting the options there. Murillo. Isais. Chested away and out for the throw. Figueroa ahead of Decas, gets to the byline. Figueroa, the low pull back in towards Luna, was well read there by Santos. Put in a hard, aggressive performance in the center of that defense, and up to the challenge of trying to keep this clean sheet as the final minutes tick away. Figueroa couldn't keep it in play. Throw-in will come. Decas. A nice press there from Luna, shown his fresh legs since coming on. It's an interesting battle at this moment. The front sixes have largely come off for both teams. It's the defenders left out there, so you can see the chances for fresh legs. Is one of those pairs of fresh legs is Mejia down the left side when flying forward. Couldn't control it. Throw-in conceded. And now Figueroa will trot forward. Arango with back to goal was fouled. Away goal conceded at this point would be absolutely killer for Motagua. Figueroa. Going all the way back to the goalkeeper. Ustari. They win the big long ball at the final moment. A shove into Arango. Gives away a free kick in a decent area. It's a bit needless there from Santos, who would have to be a bit careful on a yellow card. Now it looks like Pachuca gonna send numbers forward and try and get a late goal. Here's the delivery into the area. Murillo is in there. The header one could come there for Cabral. Just couldn't control it, but it is put away for the corner. Just a bit of loft on it into a dangerous area. Initial header one there by Melendez, and Christopher Melendez putting that out for the corner. Now Figueroa over the corner. Entering the final minute of stoppage time. Header one there by Arango. Sent back out to Figueroa. Worked his way back to an onside position. The cross comes in. Bodies in the way. Castellanos the intervention there. With the ramp, Alvarez will get the running start and get the throw in. Launched into the area. Headed away. Kept in play there by Murillo, but a foul conceded. Now is there one last chance in it for Motagua to go the other way? Presumably they'll try and get numbers forward. And there the foul from Oscar Murillo. The most enthralling game, but could be an effective result all the same for Motagua as the header comes flashing through the area. We've had the minimum of 6, and there is the full-time whistle. The home side will appreciate the clean sheet. It was a cagey affair. Both sides creating big chances, Triverio and Inestrosa spurring them, but it finishes at full-time after this first leg. Motagua 0, Pachuca 0. Motagua and Pachuca with the 0-0 at full time. Motagua with a valiant effort to get the clean sheet here at home, and if they can get a goal in the reverse fixture, could be real nervy moments for Pachuca. Their first Champions League tie in 6 years. But the moments to reflect upon will be the chances that came the way of Marino Inestrosa and Gaspar Triverio in this second half, both coming in the first 5 minutes of this second half. Neither could take. It's only one win in 4 games for the 4 Mexican Champions League teams. But on the night, Pachuca appreciative of their traveling supporters, but still having to settle for the draw as it finishes in San Pedro Sula. Motagua 0, Pachuca 0.
Un partido muy intenso para el Club Deportivo Motagua, pero quedan vivos para la siguiente ronda.
Sí, sí, la verdad que sí. Hicimos un gran trabajo donde, bueno, usamos nuestra arma, creamos situaciones.